Okay, Mark, a really tough game to lose that one.
Yeah, I don't know, I thought it was quite a tight game really. There wasn't an awful lot in it, was it? I'm not sure did they really deserve to sort of win the game? It was tight, wasn't it? I think the concerning thing for me is, and I felt it a little bit last year at times as well, when the games are quite tight and there's not a lot in the game, we tend to get beat or we don't tend to get something out of it. Now, is that because we lack concentration for the 90 minutes? Is it because we lack a little bit of quality? I've got to look at it because, that happens too often. There was nothing really in the game today. I couldn't fault our lads, for effort for the majority of the game. OK, we didn't sort of like break through them with fantastic football, but we got the ball in the box enough second half. But I don't know, do we lack a little bit of strength? I mean, Hemel haven't come here today and outplayed us or anything like that, but, they're quite strong, they're quite solid, and they didn't make any mistakes. Now, if you look at our goals, we think the world of Joe Ostler. He's done great for us since he's been here, but that's a mistake from him for the first goal. He tried to play the ball out, it's got intercepted, and the lad spun and finished it, great finish. So that's a mistake. And then, great, fantastic goal by Colin Wiltshire, great free kick in the top corner. And it is difficult conditions out there, very hot. Both teams you could see were wilting a little bit, but I thought we were keeping going. We looked quite strong. Not a lot happening in the game, really. And then, I don't know, the second goal, just far too easy again, really. I mean, I think their number 11's just literally sort of hooked the ball in the channel area, and the lad's sort of in at our goal, And I just had a word with Tarek there, and I thought Tarek had a reasonable game today. But at times, he's so keen to get tight, and he gets too tight, and the lad sort of rolled him there, and he's in. It's just too easy. Now, I didn't see Hemel making those types of mistakes, and I said something last week, and I'm not sure people sort of really sort of took in what I said, but like again, it's not always the team that play the most fantastic football that ends up winning the game. It's sometimes the team that doesn't make any mistakes. Now, they haven't come here today and played fantastic football and opened us up and everything like that, but they were quite strong, they were quite solid, they didn't make any silly errors, and eventually that sort of got them the result today. Whereas, unfortunately, we do tend to seem like we've got a bit of a mistake in us. And that's something that we've got to look at. Far too often as a team, last year as well, when the game's tight, when there's nothing in the game, we don't get enough out of it. We seem to get beat, and that's something we're going to have to look at. But I did have a few words with him in the dressing room at half time. And I did think we got a bit of a reaction second half. I thought we came out with a little bit more aggression, a little bit more purpose about us. We won a few tackles sort of in the midfield. Kyron suddenly started, getting himself in the game a little bit more, whereas first half he was almost like a passenger for us. Nana showed a little bit more second half, a little bit more urgency. And, I thought, we looked a little bit brighter and a little bit more on the front foot. So that was pleasing that we got a bit of a reaction, because I would have been really worried if we would have just come out second half after what I said to him at half time and, just completely wilted. But we did have a bit of a go and we got ourselves back in the game. But then ultimately we haven't sort of won it. We haven't done enough to win it. It might look like it might sort of peter out into a draw, and it was tough conditions out there for both teams. And obviously, going into the last 10 minutes, the energy levels aren't going to be like they were in the first 10. But I don't know, I can't say, I didn't think it was a terrible performance. I thought the effort from the boys was there, and I thought you could see that second half. But ultimately, the aim of the game is to win it, and we haven't done, and it's a disappointing result at home. I think Hemel will be up there this year. They will, they've got experience, they've got strength, so I think they'll be up there. But, we're in a little position now at the moment where we've lost the last two games, and, we've got to sort of work hard to get ourselves out of it. But what I've said to the players in there is, you can't sort of feel sorry for yourself and get your heads down. You've got to be honest in your appraisal of where we are. I will as well, of course. We'll be sort of looking back at that game, thinking where we can improve it. We haven't created very many opportunities again, have we, really? If you look at the game, I think we had a fantastic one in the first half with Zach McEachran. mean, he's done great to get himself there. Then probably he had a touch too many. I think the keeper, that's great chance for us. But did they create an awful lot first half? I don't think so, really, did they? They had a few set pieces and things, but the game could have easily sort of been 1-1 at half time. So again, I'm coming back to that, a tight game, but we've ultimately lost it. Is that and is that because we can't sort of concentrate and do enough of the right things for 90 minutes? Hopefully in the next week or so we can get our sort of flair players going a little bit more. I mean, Zach McEachran's obviously been out a very long time. We didn't really get him in the game. Well, we did, but he
got a good hour in though, didn't he?
He got a good hour in, but he needs to do better. I thought our wide players again, particularly first half, were sort of didn't really give us anything. Steph Brown's trying his best up there, working sort of tirelessly, but I don't know, at the moment we're not really sort of creating enough opportunities. I mean, our top goal scorer is Tarek, isn't it, I think, with 2 goals. And again today we didn't really create many chances, but neither did they. And sometimes in a game you're not going to always create chance after chance after chance. Sometimes the games are going to be tight, they are going to be scrappy, and you need to get something from it just by being honest, by grinding it out, by trying to do enough of the right things, by not making stupid mistakes, and we might get a point today. Okay, it wouldn't have been the result we wanted before the start, but sometimes you sort of take it and say, well, we came back from 1-0 down and we got a point from the game, and we showed a bit more aggression in this second half, and you move on. But the second goal, I'll have to look at it back again, but it just seems like it's far too easy for him just to get in, and he's finished it there under Kingy, and it's very disappointing. We've got to try and lift ourselves as a staff, which we will do. We've got to try and bounce back against Bath on Monday. Yeah, they've had a tough game at Slough today. I think I've looked. They actually got beat 3-2, so they would have had a hard 90 minutes on the AstroTurf at Slough, same as us today. So I think it's whoever can sort of come with a bit of energy on Monday, really, and have that sort of energy to go again. But ultimately it's disappointment that we're feeling. I didn't think we were great first half, I must admit. I thought we were a little bit sort of I thought they looked a bit stronger than us physically. I thought we didn't look after the ball. Too often we got back to goal when it got played into us. We weren't strong enough on the ball, and then we were appealing for free kicks and things like that. You've got to get your body there. You've got to take a foul. You've got to be more aggressive. You've got to be stronger. And we said that to them in no uncertain terms at half time. And as I said, I think they did come out, and I thought we showed a little bit more sort of urgency. I don't know what you felt from the side there. Yeah, no, the second half was a lot better, I think so. And Wilshire's free kick was worth the admission price on its own, I think. So you don't see that at any level, do you, really? It's a fantastic free kick and goal. Yeah, it was a great free kick, and hopefully that might give Kyron a little bit of confidence. And we've got to dust ourselves down, as I say, but I thought the atmosphere today was extremely sort of quiet. It is our job as the team to get the fans going. I think the fans sort of react off what they see, and I do understand that. It's very hot though, isn't it? It's very hot, it was, the atmosphere inside the ground today was very quiet. And I was just trying to sort of say, whether the fans agree or not, when we went to 1-1, I was just sort of trying to gesture to them to sort of try and give us a little bit of backing, and try and get our boys going, but the whole atmosphere seemed to be very sort of subdued here today. I don't suppose that helps with us going 1-0 down after 4 minutes, but as I say, it was our boys kept going second half. They gave a reaction, but ultimately it wasn't good enough to get any points today, and we accept that. And it's tough at the moment, but we have been here before. I've got reasonable experience now as a manager. It's my third sort of full season now, and we've seen these types of situations before. So we've got to stay calm, and we've got to keep going. And the only way we're going to get ourselves out this little sort of mini rut we're in is by being honest, by keep trying to do the right things every single week, and hope a little bit of we hope we get a little bit of quality back in our game with the likes of McEachran and Wiltshire and Wusu and people like that. But at the moment, we're not quite the sort of force and the attacking third that I'd like us to be. So I'm going to have to look at that. Maybe, do we sort of look into the loan market again and see if we can get a bit more of a threat up there. But that isn't just criticising the attacking players. At the end of the day, we've conceded 2 sloppy goals again today, and you're looking at the moment, one goal for us doesn't look like it's enough to win the game, does it? We've conceded 2 again at home today. So we've got to start functioning much better as units all over the pitch, really. So I'm disappointed. I thank the people for coming out and supporting us today. We didn't quite get the atmosphere going here today at all, but I suppose the people are going to react off what they see. And when you go down a goal early, like I said, it's. I appreciate it's difficult, but we showed character to come back again like we did last week. But ultimately, we haven't got the win. And the first goal, we're not scoring enough of, are we? We only scored the first goal against Hampton, and we ended up winning that game, scoring first. Today we've gone behind again. We've come back, but then you always give yourself, if you're having to keep coming back from being a goal down, it's tough. So things to think about, things to look at. Congratulations to Hemel. They've come here today and ultimately ground out the win. But I'm not. I don't think they've outplayed us or anything like that. Once again, we're on the wrong end of a tight game, and that's something we've seriously got to look at.
Cheers, Mark. Thank you.
Thank you.